True and false. You're going to choose between always true, sometimes true, or never true. Let's take a look at the first one. Units of a conversion factor must cancel out. It doesn't have to cancel out. For example, you're going from let me make something up here. 1, 2, 3 centimeters to meters. All right, so all you need is one conversion factor, which is 1 to get rid of the centimeters and turn it into the desired unit, meters. So here's your conversion factor. Did the units cancel out? Units of a conversion factor? No. So it's not always, it's not never true. Now let's look at a case where it might cancel out. If this is an intermediate conversion factor, so there's a multi-step problem where, let's say, centimeters is being turned into kilometers, for example. So in that case, what happened? Kilometers, all right. Then this conversion's factor's units will cancel out. I would say it's sometimes true. You can just cancel this. You can cross this problem out because you're not going to see that on our test. The wording is, I don't think, is the best. Now, the next one's a much clearer question. This one you might see on your test or some form of it. Conversion factor for changing between grams, going between grams and milligrams, and is that the conversion factor? Well, it depends. If you're going from milligrams 2 grams, that is the conversion factor because you would need the milligrams to cancel out. So that would be it. But if you're going from grams, all right, so this is a separate problem scenario. If you're going from grams to milligrams, you need grams to be in the denominator and milligrams in the numerator. That would be the inverse of this. So this would be only sometimes true. If you're going, it would only be true if you're going from milligrams to grams, but not the other way. All right, so that's a good question.